What's your sense of where this contest is at?
I think it's very tight. Unlike other elections, I don't have a strong feeling about the outcome. I mean, I know what I want to be the outcome, a Liberal victory, but I think it's very close, and I think anybody who's followed the campaign and been involved in it, as I have, I've been to every mainland state, it is very difficult to predict the outcome.
You've been dispatched as somewhat of a pinch hitter for the Liberal Party. Lots of seats have had you visiting. What's the mood of the electorate that you're picking up?
Well, the mood is the dominant mood. Obviously, is that a lot of people are still undecided. Clearly, when a government's been in power for almost 10 years, some people start to get a bit footloose. But I don't find that there's a lot of enthusiasm for Mr Albanese as an alternative Prime Minister. I went through 2007 when Kevin Rudd defeated me quite decisively. I didn't like it, but it was the democratic result. But I knew then that I had a big fight because there was a sense in the community that they felt he would be an acceptable alternative. I don't find that with Anthony Albanese and Scott Morrison.
Scott Morrison, he leads a 9-year-old government. That's an old government in modern days. He's personally unpopular and people seem to be a bit grumpy after the pandemic. How on earth does he win?
Oh, very easily. Because he's got, a bare majority at the moment, and unless there's a stronger tide of enthusiasm for the alternative, he can very easily win. But will he? I don't know. I'm being honest with you. I've followed a lot of elections, and I find this one extremely hard to pick. Now, you say he's unpopular. I don't pick that up as I move around the electorates, and I've been to a lot of electorates in different states. I don't find him unpopular. That's the Labor Party narrative, but the Labor Party narrative obviously suits their electoral goal.
Well, it's not just the Labor Party narrative, it's also found in polls. But you've campaigned alongside Catherine Deves. Did you have any anxiety that her campaign would bring other moderates' campaigns unstuck?
No, I don't believe that for a moment. I thought she was a good candidate. I met her for the first time yesterday, and she's a highly intelligent woman. She's got very strong connections with the electorate. She handled herself with dignity and poise and answered the questions, and I don't think she's going to do any damage except to the vote of the current sitting member in Warringah. I hope she does her a lot of damage.
Scott Morrison told 730's Lee Sales on Monday night that the Teal independents are getting traction in once extremely safe Liberal seats because he said that these electorates were less vulnerable to the impacts of the economy. What's your theory?
Well, there's a sense from some of the polls that they are getting traction, and I worry that some people in hitherto safe Liberal seats might say to themselves, well, I can deliver a message to the government by voting for one of these, but somehow or other I can still have a Liberal government. Well, you can't. The contest is so tight. I would say to people in seats like Goldstein and North Sydney and Wentworth, I'd say to them, if you want at the end of the day to have a Liberal government but also send them a message, you can't do that by other than voting Liberal. If enough of you vote for one of these independents, they're not really independents, you'll end up with a Labor-Green government. Politics doesn't deliver halfway houses, it delivers outcomes.